One of the biggest reasons why retailers are struggling is that consumer habits have changed. More and more people are shopping online, which has led to a decline in foot traffic at physical stores. Consumers are also looking for convenience and faster delivery times, which has led to the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon. Retailers are also facing increased competition from both traditional stores and online retailers. The retail industry has become more crowded, and it can be difficult for smaller retailers to compete with the larger players in the market. Many retailers are also facing competition from private label brands, which are often sold at lower prices. The retail industry is also vulnerable to economic challenges, such as recessions and economic downturns. During tough economic times, consumers may cut back on their spending, which can hurt their sales. The COVID-19 pandemic also had a significant impact on retailers, as many stores were forced to close temporarily and consumer spending decreased. Operating a physical store can be expensive, with costs including rent, utilities, and employee wages. As online shopping has become more popular, some retailers have struggled to cover these costs and remain profitable. As mentioned earlier, foot traffic at physical stores has declined in recent years. This can be due to several factors, including changing consumer habits, increased competition, and the rise of e-commerce. When fewer people are visiting stores, it can be harder for retailers to make sales and generate revenue. Some retailers have struggled simply because they have failed to adapt to changing market conditions. This can include a failure to invest in e-commerce or digital marketing, a failure to keep up with consumer trends, or failing to innovate and differentiate themselves from their competitors. These are just a few of the main reasons why retailers are disappearing now. To survive in today's retail landscape, it is essential for retailers to stay agile, adapt to changing market conditions, and provide consumers with the convenience and value that they're looking for. Another factor that has contributed to the decline of certain retailers is a shift in consumer values. Many consumers today are prioritizing sustainability, ethical practices, and social responsibility when making purchasing decisions. Retailers that are not transparent or are not aligned with these values may struggle to attract and retain customers. Some retailers have struggled because they have overexpanded, opening too many stores in too many locations. This can lead to high operating costs and a dilution of the brand. When a retailer has too many stores, it can also make it harder to provide a consistent customer experience. Technology is constantly evolving, and retailers that fail to keep up can quickly become irrelevant. For example, the rise of mobile shopping and social media has changed the way consumers interact with the brands and make purchasing decisions. Retailers that are slow to adopt new technologies may struggle to keep up with the competition. Also, they have struggled because they lack differentiation. When consumers have many options to choose from, they are more likely to choose a retailer that offers something unique or different. Retailers that fail to differentiate themselves from their competitors may struggle to attract and retain customers. The decline of popular retailers can be attributed to a variety of factors, including changing consumer habits, increased competition, economic challenges, high operating costs, declining foot traffic, failure to adapt, a shift in consumer values, overexpansion, technological disruption, and a lack of differentiation. Retailers that are able to adapt to these challenges and provide consumers with what they want are more likely to succeed in today's competitive retail landscape. A brief overview of each of these retailers, including their history, products, and some of the factors that have contributed to their recent struggles. JCPenney is an American department store chain that was founded in 1902. It sells clothing, footwear, accessories, jewelry, beauty products, and home furnishings. JCPenney has been struggling financially in recent years due to declining sales, increased competition from online retailers, and the COVID-19 pandemic. The company has closed numerous stores across the U.S. in an effort to cut costs and restructure its operations. Sears was founded in 1892 and Kmart was founded in 1962. Both chains sell clothing, appliances, electronics, home furnishings, and other goods. Sears and Kmart have faced financial difficulties for years due to declining sales, increased competition from online retailers, and the COVID-19 pandemic. The companies have been closing stores and laying off employees as part of their efforts to restructure and stay afloat. Neiman Marcus is an American luxury department store chain that was founded in 1907. It sells designer clothing, shoes, accessories, and beauty products. Neiman Marcus filed for bankruptcy in May of 2020 due to declining sales, high debt levels, and the COVID-19 pandemic. The company closed several of its stores as part of its restructuring efforts. Lord & Taylor is an American department store chain that was founded in 1826. It sells clothing, accessories, beauty products, and home furnishings. Lord & Taylor filed for bankruptcy in August of 2020 and has since closed all of its stores. The company faced financial difficulties due to declining sales, increased competition from online retailers, and the COVID-19 pandemic. Pier 1 Imports is an American home furnishings retailer that was founded in 1962. It sells furniture, home decor, and accessories. Pier 1 Imports filed for bankruptcy in February of 2020 and closed all of its stores. GameStop is an American video game retailer that was founded in 1984. It sells video games, consoles, accessories, and other merchandise. GameStop has been struggling in recent years due to the rise of digital game downloads and competition from online retailers. The company has also faced criticism from investors and consumers for its business practices. Victoria's Secret is an American lingerie retailer that was founded in 1977. It sells lingerie, sleepwear, loungewear, and beauty products. Victoria's Secret has been struggling in recent years due to declining sales, changing consumer preferences, and criticism of its marketing and branding strategies. Bed Bath & Beyond is an American home goods retailer that was founded in 1971. It sells bedding, bath towels, kitchen appliances, and other household items. Bed Bath & Beyond has been struggling in recent years due to increased competition from online retailers and changing consumer habits. The company has been closing stores and laying off employees as part of its restructuring efforts. Gap is a clothing and accessories retailer that was founded in 1969 by Donald Fisher and Doris F. Fisher. Originally called The Gap, the company started as a small store in San Francisco, California, selling Levi's jeans and other clothing items. Over time, Gap expanded its product offerings and grew into a popular brand with a global presence. At its peak in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Gap was one of the most successful retailers in the world, with over 3,000 stores and a market value of over $40 billion. However, in recent years, Gap has struggled to keep up with changing consumer trends and increased competition from fast fashion retailers like Zara and H&M, as well as e-commerce giants like Amazon. One of the main challenges facing Gap has been declining sales. In 2019, the company reported a 5% drop in net sales compared to the previous year. This decline has been attributed to several factors, including a failure to keep up with fashion trends, a lack of differentiation from competitors, and increased competition from online retailers. To address these challenges, Gap has taken several steps to try to turn things around. One of the biggest changes the company has made is a focus on sustainability and ethical practices. In 2020, Gap announced that it would be partnering up with ThredUp, a second-hand clothing marketplace, to encourage customers to recycle their old clothing and reduce waste. Crevice has too been testing with unused store groups and showcasing procedures. In 2020, the company opened an unused lead store in Times Square that was planned to be an experiential space, highlighting intuitively shows and occasions. The company has moreover been contributing more in advanced promoting in social media to reach more youthful shoppers. In spite of these endeavors, Hull proceeds to confront noteworthy challenges. In 2020, the company reported that it would be closing 225 stores around the world, counting numerous of its lead areas. Crevice, moreover, as of late, reported that it would be turning off its ancient naval force brand into a partition company in the attempt to focus on its center Hull brand and progress benefit. By and large, long haul of Crevice remains dubious. The company will have to adapt to changing shopper patterns and find ways to distinguish itself from competitors. in case it wants to stay pertinent with the profoundly competitive retail industry. Until the end of time, 21 may be a fast fashion retailer that was established in 1984 by Do Woon Chan and his spouse Jin Suk Chan. The company started as a small store in Los Angeles, California, offering clothing for ladies, men, and children. Over time, until the end of time 21 developed into a worldwide brand with over 600 stores in more than 40 nations. One of the reasons for Until the Time 21's victory was its capacity to rapidly create and bring to advertise in vogue and reasonable clothing things. The company was able to keep down its costs by sourcing its items from low-cost producers abroad and by keeping a tight supply chain.